Okay, adjust that. Let's get on this. This is what we're looking at. These are cloves of garlic. If you have the whole thing, that's called a head of garlic, just to clear up the terminology. And we're just going to peel these. I'm not going to be using these as like a frying garlic. I'm going to be using these as what I like to call prizes in a thing of cowboy beans. So this is how I do this. First off, you got the skin that's on every clove, and if you just lay your knife flat on it, put a little pressure, you'll hear it crack a little bit, and then you cut off what I call the toenail, which is this end here, as opposed to the end with the growth on it. And if you cut off the toenail, you can peel it back, and now that you've rolled the garlic, which I believe is what that is actually called, you can get that paper skin off a lot easier. I'm kind of spazzy and have big fingers that were never dexterous, so this has always been very difficult for me. But I gotta tell you something. No matter how difficult it is, and it is also like an acquired, learned skill. Something you gotta work on. But I gotta tell you something. The flavor of garlic like this, and I'm gonna do a roasted garlic video. About roasting garlic, one of my favorites. But this garlic adds so much nicer flavor to everything you put it in, especially if it's cooked slowly. Now look, see how nice and easy that paper came off of there? Boom, off. You just set that aside. There we go. Woo! Open up, garbage can. And this is how it goes. You just boom, boom, and you do that. Now, when I'm using these, I kind of like to have them floating around in the sauce I'm making as like a little treat, because they get really sweet if you cook them long enough. They do impart that beautiful seeping garlic flavor that you get with a lot of Italian sauces that are done right. They will impart that onto your sauce. But you gotta leave them in a long time, and it'll sweeten up even if you don't roast them. But because that's the way I like to use them as little treats, I'll take cloves and cut them into smaller pieces. These flat ones I'm going with thirds, but this is a big clove. It's fat, so we'll go like that, like that, like that, and like that. Anyway, that's cleaning garlic in a nutshell. You do with it what you want from there. You roll it, you can roast it, you can fry it, you can do whatever. But that's what I'm doing here, so that's cleaning garlic. Hope that was helpful. Catch you on the flip.